Oh boy, where'd everybody go? Oh, here we go. Poor people. Okay, good evening. I'm calling the Committee on Ordinances regular meeting to order Wednesday, June 24th at 5 p.m. Madam Clerk?
Chairwoman Ryan.
Present.
Vice Chairwoman Castillo.
Present.
Councilman Narducci.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Harris.
Present.
Councilor Miller.
Present.
You are all present. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I would like to recognize, we have with us Etty Schwab from the Solicitor's Office. Etty, are you with us?
Yes, I am, Madam Chair.
Wonderful. Could you kindly, for the record, provide a statement as to the remote meeting, the lawfulness of our remote meeting this evening?
Absolutely. According to the executive order issued by the Governor of the State of Rhode Island, the requirement under the Open Meetings Act prohibiting the use of telephonic or failing to have meetings in person, that requirement has been suspended. So telephonic meetings may occur like this one.
Thank you very much. Okay. I'd like to ask my Vice Chair if you would kindly make a motion to take items 4 and 5 out of order, waive reading, and continue.
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made by Vice Chair Castillo, second by Councilwoman Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Okay. I would like now to request a motion to take items 1 and 2 together, waive the reading, and schedule public hearings. Public hearing. Motion made by Vice Chair Castillo, seconded by Deputy Leader Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, motion passes. That leaves us with item 3. Madam Clerk, could you kindly read item 3 into the record?
From Village Common Square, requesting to amend Article 4, Table 4.1.
Excuse me. Speak up a little bit, please.
Okay.
Entitled Residential District Dimensional Standards of the Official Zoning Ordinance of the City of Providence, and also requesting a zone change for the property located on Assessor's Plat 28, Lot 932, 193 Binney Street, from R3 to an R4.
Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much. You can hear us, Councilman Narducci?
Yep, thank you very much.
Okay, so this matter has bounced around since January 16th it came before us. We had a public hearing on it. We've continued it a couple of times. Bob, would you like to summarize it for us this evening? What it is, what the project is, please? Mr. Azar?
Be happy to. Yes, I would be. Yes, good evening. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the committee. I trust everybody can hear me. Deputy Director of the Department of Planning and Development for the City of Providence. This is a petition by a property owner of property on Vinton Street. It's a roughly 2,300 square foot lot currently containing a 3-family house. The petitioner would like the city to change the zoning of the lot to R4, which is the multifamily zoning district. And furthermore, because the R4 district doesn't allow for the type of dwelling unit density that the petitioner is seeking, would like for this lot specifically to be exempted from many of the dimensional regulations of the R4 zone. My understanding is that it's the intention of the petitioner to convert the 3-family house into 6 dwelling units. As I stated in the public hearing, This was reviewed by the City Plan Commission. Their recommendation was to continue this for further study. And I elaborated in the last meeting about the reasons for the Plan Commission's concerns and our concerns with respect to the comprehensive plan. We feel that this is not specifically, this type of zoning change is not specifically enabled today by the comprehensive plan. Create a situation that's would be for one piece of property would be kind of a drastic departure from the current rules. That's not to say that it isn't worthy of further study. This idea of greater residential density within our traditional family residential areas. But,
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Azar. I'd just like to say I think we've studied it enough. It's been banging around for 5 months, and we've got a developer that's trying to do business in the city of Providence. So with that, I'd like to quickly ask the developer we have here, Mr. Army, represented by Mr. Dillon Conley. Could you kindly offer your thoughts on this project, what you hope to accomplish, and why the city council should approve this for you? Somebody's on mute. Eric, you're on mute. Hey.
Thank you, Chairwoman. So for this project, we're basically trying to address an urgent community need. What we want to do is turn 3 units of what, when renovated because of current market conditions, would either end up as high-end luxury housing because of the large size of the units, or student housing, neither of which I'm interested in developing. We would turn those 3 units into 6 market rate workforce housing units, 1 bedrooms each. Price point would go from in the 2,000 range into close to the 1,000 range. These would provide a great housing option.
Could you just repeat that again? I didn't mean to interrupt you. So you're basically taking it from the range, the cost to rent of around $2,000 a month to $1,000 a month. There's currently 3 units there, and you're making 6 units.
That is
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So these would be market rate workforce housing, nurses, recent college graduates that want to stay and invest in the city, firefighters, teachers, the type of housing units that's desperately needed for that effect. As has been stated, we've gone through CPC, this board, we had a focus group, public hearing. We've gotten input from the community in the public hearing and in the focus group. The concerns that Bob raised are interesting. The great thing about this project is it's very specific, it's very limited, it's very local. We've talked with local groups. Most of the concerns that we've heard have been if this was a wide scale thing. I agree, there's things that definitely need to be considered in that regard. As you said, Council Chairwoman, we've studied this particular issue here, and in the way that it reduces the total number of bedrooms in the building in a kind of very unique way. That has addressed some of the concerns about density, because it's actually reducing the total bedrooms in the building. That's actually going to help reduce the number of cars that are needed on the street, because this is a street that does not have much off-street parking. So this will reduce that as well too. And through the public hearing and through the focus groups and the previous testimony, I believe that we've shown study for this particular site and this particular issue, and we've been able to mitigate the unique factors that were brought up there. And
you own and develop property surrounding this house?
That is correct.
Currently?
92 Vernon Street, which is Kitty Corner, is another property we've owned for 8 years now. So when we buy, this is long-term investments. We care about the neighborhood. We want our tenants to have a great start here and stay as long as they can. And we're definitely invested in the sustainability here.
So now I'm compelled to speak with Councilwoman Miller, who represents the area that house is, the footprint of that house. have you had an opportunity to speak with the developer, Councilwoman, and what do you think about this development?
Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Chairwoman. I know you did defer this conversation to our neighborhood at the last meeting, and I really appreciate that. Because it is a departure from the comprehensive plan, we were able to have another round of community conversations, both with Eric, thank you for your patience and participation in that, and with a few others. And I can, at this point, fully support this project. So thank you so much for that opportunity.
Thank you for working together. I know that this committee pushed this out twice now, asking you guys to work together and to try to find an amicable solution. I think this is a good solution, and I'm very pleased that you folks work together so well on this topic. Anyone else, council members would like to, committee members? Councilwoman Harris.
Yes, I want to say also, I'm glad to see that while we're in the pandemic and we all frozen right now, that the city of Providence start to look alive again by the construction. I would like to, and this is only because I know Councilwoman Miller really well, I would really, really be excited to see this group come back before us after they complete this project. If they would hire somebody who's been fired in the pandemic and then report back to us that, you know, they've been able to save somebody else's life. All right. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
I fully
Councilman Narducci. Thank you. Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Councilman Narducci.
Madam Chair, with
Senior
that,
leader. Yes.
with that being said, if appropriate, I'd like to make a motion to pass item number 3.
I know
It's
Councilwoman
entirely appropriate.
Miller will
And-
second it.
Second, thank you, Deputy Majority Leader.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we have a motion to pass by Councilman Narducci, Senior Deputy Majority Leader Narducci. We have a second by Councilwoman Miller. And I want to recognize, before we move any further, Councilman Gonzalez is with us this evening. So without further ado, any further discussion on this topic? Motion made, motion seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it, motion passes. Congratulations, gentlemen. And thank you very much for your patience. We wish you well. I'm excited about the project, and yeah, we're all gonna go over and visit it, okay? With our hard hats.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, what else do we have?
That is all, Madam Chair.
That is all. Seeing that there's no more business before this honorable body, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Motion made by Vice Chair Castillo, seconded by Councilwoman Harris and Narducci and Miller. All in favor? Ayes have it, motion passes.